Hey everyone, and welcome again to this channel. My name is Daniel, and in this video, we are going to talk about when and why will you need a consent letter for you to travel with kids abroad. Children traveling to most of the countries abroad will be required to have passports, visas, like any other people are traveling, and parental consent letters, more especially when a child travels without both of the custodial parents. So, guys, if you are watching us for the first time and you have not subscribed to this channel, we always humbly request you to consider subscribing to this channel, share our videos, like them, and you hit that notification bell such that anytime we produce a video like this, you get notified to watch them. That's the only way you can build us or you can support this channel. Thank you, and I hope you'll consider subscribing anytime soon. Most ports of entry in many countries have security measures to prevent international child abduction. So, in this case, because of child trafficking and abductions, most of the countries at the port of entries they have strict security measures that children under the age of 18 who are not accompanied, they should have consent letters from either of the custodial parent for them to be allowed entry to those countries. So if your child is traveling alone or with only one parent or a legal guardian, they may need a letter of consent from the other custodial parent. Therefore, a consent letter is a document that gives permission for a child to leave the country with a specific adult and travel abroad. The consent letter should be notarized and in English, signed in front of a notary public who is also known as an advocate or a lawyer. And the letter should include some of these things that we're going to talk about. So the letter of consent should have the child's name, date of birth for the child, passport details for the child who's traveling, and the destination, the country where the child is visiting or moving to. It should also contain the parent's name or the guardian's name, the custody information, and their passport details, the contact information of the non-traveling parent or guardian, and the date of travel. And finally, it should have the name and the relationship of the person who is accompanying the child in the traveling process. So, single parents or guardians traveling with the kids abroad will always need to have consent letters to enable them travel without an issue. So, for those single parents participating in the DV lottery, you will need to have a consent letter or letters from the partner before you go for the visa interviews with your kids. And when you say a single parent here, we do not mean only single mothers, but also single fathers are included because also single fathers travel with the kids abroad. So they also need a consent letter from the mother of the kids before they travel with them. Single mothers here who are never married but they have kids with someone whose name appears in the kids' documents like the birth certificate, passports, and academic papers, they will have to have the consent letters from the fathers of the kids before they attend the visa's interview. So without the father consent letter, when you go for your visa interview, you may be given a yellow paper until you produce that consent letter from the father. And then divorced parents will also need consent letters from each other for anyone to travel with the kids abroad. And for the DV interview, you will also need a divorce paper or divorce certificate presented during the DV lottery visa interview and before the visa is approved. And for the widows or widowers, you also need a death certificate during the visa interview. And the same applies for the parents who are separated and one parent or both of them have custody of the kids. So they will also need to have a consent letter from the other spouse before traveling with the kids. Finally, single mothers who have brought up their kids single-handedly and without the kid's father's name appearing in any of the documents, like the birth certificate and the passport, they will not need to have the consent letter because there is no one to write them the consent letter. In this case, they will need a court order showing that the mother has a full custody or is the sole custodian of the kids. So when you will be traveling abroad, keep the consent letters together with your passports and other traveling documents such that anytime you are asked for the consent letters, you will be able to produce them. So we hope that this video has answered most of the questions about the consent letter and when it's supposed to be given and who is supposed to write that consent letter. So for those ones who have been asking about the consent letters, so we hope that I have tried to answer you in brief, and you can also seek other more information before you are given or written a consent letter for your babies or your kids as you travel. Thank you and see you in our next video. Thank you.